जय राधा माधव कुंजा विहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोधनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंजा
बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ
ब्यूटीफुल जय राधा माधव कुंजा बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोधनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय गौरानिता जय गौरानिता निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय 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 प्रभुपाद ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत श्री राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we are beginning with the fourth chapter today.
Yes, Mataji.
Jnana Karma Yoga. Fourth chapter's name is Jnana Karma Yoga. Krishna says that I have given this knowledge much before you have appeared. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahamavyayam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manurikshva Kave Bravit. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahamavyayam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manurikshva Kave Bravit. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Ahamavyayam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manurikshva Kave Bravit. Those who have kept their videos on, I can see everything nicely, that they are chanting very nicely. Those who have not kept their videos on, what I can do? So by your lip movements, I could see that you are able to pronounce every word nicely. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Imam. Imam means this knowledge. Imam. Yogam. This science or this knowledge of the relationship of one's with Krishna or one's relationship with the Lord. This knowledge I have given to Vivasvate, unto the sun god, Vivaswan. And then Proktavan Aham. Proktavan means I have instructed this knowledge to Vivaswan. And this knowledge is Avyayam. Avyayam means imperishable knowledge. And in turn, Vivaswan gave this knowledge to Manu. Vaivasvat Manu. He gave this knowledge to Vaivasvat Manu. Vivaswan, the name of the sun god of this Manu, Vaivasvat Manu. He gave this knowledge to his son, Vaivasvat Manu. And Vaivasvat Manu in turn gave this knowledge to whom? Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku. So Ikshvaku comes in which dynasty? Ramchandra dynasty. Ramchandra dynasty. That means this is in Treta Yuga. This knowledge has been then given to Ikshvaku. So Vivaswan comes in the demigod status. After that, it has come to the human mankind. That is Vaivasvat Manu. It has been brought to the human mankind. And then this has come to Ikshvaku Rajarishi Parampara. So now let us understand. Manu. There are 14 Manus in the day of Brahma. Now Brahma, you can note it down. Go on noting it down. Brahma stays for 100 years. 100 years. Now, 1 day of Brahma. Now we are just speaking about 1 day of Brahma. 1 day of the Brahma has been divided by 14 Manus. 14 Manus, they rule the day of Brahma. Now, 1 Manu gets roughly about 72 to 73 cycles. What is cycle? 1 cycle is equal to, now what is going on? Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is 4,20,000. Into 2 is Dwapar, into 3 is Treta, into 4 is Satya. So total how much? 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 10 into 4 lakhs 20,000. That is 42 lakhs year. 42 lakhs. 4 lakhs 20,000 barabar into 10, 42 lakhs. These many years is one cycle. One cycle. Like that, one day of one Manu has approximately 70 to 71 cycles. So much of just see how many 70 into 42 lakh years is one cycle of Brahma. Wow, one Manu's reign. Like that, 14 Manus are ruling. Now, 7th Manu is Vaivasvat Manu. This is day of Brahma. Similar is the count of the night also. That much duration is night also. So what is the duration of the day? 14 into 70 or 71, you can do approximately 70, 71, multiplied by 42 lakh years. This much is the day, so much is the night. So much is the night. Like this, Brahma's 50 cycle is over. 50 years are over. Now 51st year is going on. The 51st year's first day is going on. That is birthday is going on. 51st year's first day is going on. In that first day now, we are in the Vaivasvat cycle. That means how many cycles have gone? How many Manus have gone? 6 Manus have gone. 6 Manus have gone in this day of Brahma. 6 Manus multiplied by 70, multiplied by 42 lakh years. So many we have crossed. Now in this Vaivasvat Manu, we have crossed Vaivasvat Manus. What we have crossed? Satyuga we have crossed. Vaivasvat Manus. This cycle is going on. You know, one song is there in Tukaram Sabhanga. Yuge 28 Vitevari Ubha. Yuge 28. 28th cycle is going on of Vaivasvat Manu. That means how many cycles have gone? 27 cycle has gone. 27 multiplied by 42 lakh years have gone. Now 28th cycle is going on. In that also Satyuga has gone. Treta has gone. What has gone? Dwapar has gone. Kali Yuga's 5,000 years also have gone. So Vaivasvat Manu's 28th cycle. It is said in the day of Brahma, in the middle. Now 7th Manu is coming in the middle. In the 28th cycle, it's generally Krishna visits Brahmaloka. So party is going on. Krishna is visiting now Brahmaloka and is having a wonderful treat there. So 28th cycle, now what is going on? Now Kali Yuga's 5,000 years has gone. Now, how many years before it has come to Ikshvaku? Or how many years before Krishna has spoken this knowledge to Vivaswan? Now you can count back. 5,000. Behind you go little. 4 lakhs 20 into 2. That means 840. Then go behind into 3. That is 12 lakh 60,000. So 1260 plus how much? 1260 plus 8 lakhs 40. That is 2120 lakhs. That much. 2120 plus this much. So these many years before, this knowledge was given to Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave this knowledge to Vaivasvat Manu. Vaivasvat Manu in turn gave this knowledge to whom? To Ikshvaku. So it came to Ikshvaku these many years before. But when it came to Vivaswan, much more behind that. Now we have to also remember 27 cycles are also gone. This whole rule is of Vaivasvat Manu. So Manu got this knowledge. Again, 27 into 42 lakh years, that also you have to count. To Ikshvaku, it came Treta Yuga. So you have to go back to Treta Yuga. When this knowledge came to Vaivasvat Manu, then you have to go 27 cycles behind. Because now Vaivasvat Manu's reign is going on. Now Vaivasvat Manu's 27 cycle has gone. So you have to take that also into consideration. So any of this mathematics is not going to be asked. One of my students is very, very sharp in mathematics. So he fatapat calculated. And then this all figures, what you are seeing, if you have time, if you have interest, you should go. Because I was very good in my mathematics. I was even uh, uh, Vedic mathematics teacher also. So I used to calculate. I used to like to calculate. So you can calculate also. So, but you should understand the principle. The principle is when it came to Ikshvaku, when the Treta Yuga started. Treta Yuga, how many years before? Simple. 5,000 has gone now. Then, so you will ask which Treta Yugas? This Treta Yugas only we are talking now. Because Arjuna, just now only to Arjuna, Krishna has spoken. So when Krishna says that I have given this knowledge to Ikshvaku, so this Treta Yugas, this Chatur cycles Treta Yugas, Krishna is speaking about. Now you can ask also, in 27 cycle Treta Yuga Krishna gave, which Treta Yuga Krishna gave? In this Treta Yuga Krishna gave. And before that, when it came to Vaivasvat Manu, then you have to go back, flashback, 27 cycles behind. Vivaswan giving this knowledge to Vaivasvat Manu, Vaivasvat Manu giving this knowledge to Ikshvaku. Okay? So Saurabh Prabhu, read the verse.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavana Amavyayam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manu Rikshva Kave Bravi. The personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god, Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. Herein we find the history of the Bhagavad Gita traced from a remote time when it was delivered to the royal order of all planets, beginning from the sun planet. The kings of all planets are especially meant for the protection of the inhabitants, and therefore the royal order should understand the science of Bhagavad Gita in order to be able to rule the citizens and protect them from material bondage of class. Human life is meant for cultivation of spiritual knowledge in eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the executive heads of all states and all planets are obliged to impart this lesson to the citizens by education, culture, and devotion. In other words, the executive heads of all states are intended to spread the science of Krishna consciousness so that the people may take advantage of this great science and pursue a successful path utilizing the opportunity of the human form of life. In this millennium, the sun god is known as Vivaswan, the king of the sun, which is the origin of all planets within the solar system. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated.
In Brahma Samhita, there's a nice verse which Brahmaji glorifies sun. Yachakshuresha savita sagala grahanam Raja samasta suramurti rashesha teja. You want to chant? Yasya gaya brahmati samvruta kala chakro Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. She wants to chant one more. Chant.
Yachakshurita savita sakala grahana Raja samasta suramurti rashesha teja Rasagraya brahmudi sambuta kala chakro Guru Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
We will play. So, Yachakshuresha savita sakala grahanam Raja samasta suramurti rashesha tejaha Yasya gaya brahmati samvruta kala chakro Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Every day you should chant these prayers and offer water to sun god. Because sun's rays is nothing but the ray coming out from the effulgence of Krishna. One ray of Krishna's body illumines the sun. And in turn, the sun illumines the whole earthly planet. So, Yasya Gaya Brahmati Samvruta Kala Chakra. Let me worship. But Brahma said, okay, read, Saurabh, read.
Let me worship, Lord Brahma said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, who is the original person and under whose order the sun, which is the king of all planets, is assuming immense power and heat. The sun represents the eye of the Lord and traverses its orbit in obedience to his order. The sun is the king of all planets, and the sun god, at present of the name Vivaswan, rules the sun planet, which is controlling all other planets by supplying heat and light. He is rotating under the order of Krishna, and Lord Krishna himself made Vivaswan his first disciple to understand the science of Bhagavad Gita. The Gita is not, therefore, a speculative treatise for this insignificant mundane scholar, but is a standard book of knowledge coming down from time immemorial. In the Mahabharata, we can pace out the history of the Gita as follows.
Yeah. Treta Yugadau Chatato Vivaswan Manave Dadau Manushcha Loka Bhrityartham Suta Yakshaka Vedadau Ikshavakuna Chatatito Vyapya Lokan Avastitaha. Treta Yuga Adahu Chatatu. In the beginning of the millennium known as Treta Yuga, this science was delivered by Vivaswan to Manu. Vivaswan Manave Dadau. It came to the Manu. Manu means human, to the mankind, the father of the mankind. And in turn, he gave it to Ikshvaku, the king of this earth planet and forefather of the Raghu dynasty, in which Lord Ramchandra appeared. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita in human society, from the time of existed in human society from the time of Maharaj Ikshvaku. So Vivaswan, it was given to Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave it to Manu, Vaivasvat Manu. And Vaivasvat Manu is the father of Ikshvaku. So Vaivasvat Manu got this knowledge in Treta Yuga. And Vivaswan got this knowledge in the beginning, in the first itself, the beginning itself. Okay.
At the present moment, we have just passed through 5,000 years of the Kali Yuga, which lasts 4,32,000 years.
4,32,000 years, yeah.
Before this, there was Dwapar Yuga, 8 lakh years. And before that, there was Treta Yuga, 12 lakh years.
This is a rough calculation. Instead of saying 8,64, 8 lakhs, just general, yeah.
Thus, some 20 lakh years ago, Manu spoke the Bhagavad Gita to his disciple and son Maharaj Ikshvaku, the king of this planet Earth. The age of the current Manu is calculated to last some 13 lakhs 53,000 years, of which 12 lakhs 4,000.
No. 1,204 lakh years have passed. How you
Accepting
calculate
that?
27 multiplied by 43 lakhs 20,000 plus all this 27. In this 28, whatever is that all you should calculate. Yeah, that much is age of the Manu.
Accepting that that before the birth of Manu, the Gita was spoken by the Lord to his disciple, the sun god Vivaswan. A rough estimate is that the Gita was spoken at least 124 lakh years ago, and in human society, it has been extant for 2 million years. It was re-spoken by the Lord again to Arjun about 5,000 years ago. That is the rough estimate of the history of the Gita, according to the Gita itself and according to the version of the speaker, Lord Shri Krishna. It was spoken to the sun god Vivaswan because he is also a Kshatriya and is the father of all Kshatriyas who are descendants of the sun god and the Surya Vamsha Kshatriyas. Because Bhagavad Gita is as good as the Vedas, being spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this knowledge is apaurushya. Superhuman. Since the Vedic instructions are accepted as they are without a human interpretation, the Gita must therefore be accepted without mundane interpretation. The mundane wranglers may speculate on the Gita in their own ways, but that is not Bhagavad Gita as it is. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita has to be accepted as it is from the disciplic succession, and is described herein that the Lord spoke to the sun god, the sun god spoke to his son Manu, and Manu spoke to his son Ikshvaku.
So 1 day of Brahma, 1,000 cycles. 1 day of Brahma, how many? 1,000 cycles. One cycle, how much? 43 lakhs, 20,000. You can write this count. That is rough knowledge will be there. One cycle is 43 lakhs, 20,000. Barabar? How many cycles are the total? 1,000 cycles. 1,000 cycles divided by 14. So each approximately they get about 71 cycles. Now we are in the 7th month. 7th month. This is 1 day of Brahma. Similar count is 1 night of Brahma. Like that, how many years have passed? 50 years. 50 years multiplied by 365 days. Multiplied by 1 day is how much? 1 day, then similar night also. And you say this many days and this many count into 2, into 1,000 into 43 lakhs 20,000. This many has passed. Now we are in the 51st. In that also, 6 Manus have gone. 6 Manus have gone. And then, yes, and Gautam has calculated such a big calculation. And then so many 6 cycles have gone. Now 7th Manu cycles are going on. In that also 27 cycles have gone. 28th cycle we are in. So Sam and Bonam have understood that Brahma has long years. Like an ant sees our life, then ant also thinks, oh, this is Brahma for me. So our life duration is very greater for an ant or for a butterfly. For us, Brahma's lifetime is very big. Lord gave this knowledge to Vivaswan, the sun god. So when Vivasvat Manu's reign started, then itself Lord gave this knowledge to Vivaswan. In turn, Vivaswan gave this knowledge to Vivasvat Manu. Vivasvat Manu gave this knowledge to Ikshvaku when Treta Yuga started. That means this knowledge is existing before itself. So Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. Then why Krishna has to speak again? If this knowledge has been given before itself, why Krishna has to give this knowledge again? Krishna said that this knowledge, evam parampara praptam. How will you get this knowledge? Only through parampara. Rajarshayo viduhu. Rajarishis used to Rajarshayo viduhu. So Rajarishis used to give this knowledge. In this way it was flowing down. Sakale neha mahata. Yoga nashtam. But somehow the disciplic succession got broken. Rajarishi Parampara, the father Rajarishi gives his son, and the son is also Rajarishi, and then it was coming. But somewhere it got broken. That is why Yoga Nashtaha Parantapa. So now the science got it out, almost it is lost. That is why Krishna says, I have to give this knowledge again. But this knowledge can be attained only by Parampara. With the Parampara. This emphasis has been given on Parampara. Evam Parampara Praptam. Krishna has emphasized this word, Parampara Praptam. We cannot just study Bhagavad Gita on our own. We have to study through the disciplic succession, Guru Shishya Parampara. Okay, Pushpa. Read.
Hare Krishna. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapaha. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way, but in course of time the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it appears to be lost. Purport. It is clearly stated that the Gita was specially meant for the saintly kings because they were to execute its purpose in ruling over the citizens. Certainly, Bhagavad Gita was never meant for the demonic persons who would dissipate its value for no one's benefit and would devise all types of interpretations according to personal whims. As soon as the original purpose was scattered by the motives of the unscrupulous commentators, there arose the need to re-establish the disciplic succession. 5,000 years ago, it was detected by the Lord himself that the disciplic succession was broken, and therefore he declared that the purpose of the Gita appeared to be lost. In the same way, at the present moment also, there are so many editions of the Gita, especially in English, but almost all of them are not according to authorized disciplic succession. There are innumerable interpretations rendered by different mundane scholars, but almost all of them do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Although they make a good business on the words of Sri Krishna, this spirit is demonic because demons do not believe in God but simply enjoy the property of the Supreme. Since there is a great need of an edition of the Gita in English, as it is received by the Parampara, disciplic succession system, an attempt is made herewith to fulfill this great want. Bhagavad Gita, accepted as it is a great boon to humanity. But if it is accepted as a treatise of philosophical speculations, it is simply a waste of time. Hare Krishna.
So it is not a philosophical speculation. In fact, this is Bhagavad Gita as it is. It's accepted as it is. Why? If you see behind Bhagavad Gita, just go behind. Prabhupada has not just given any mental speculation or any translation or any purpose with his own mind. No. In fact, he has given this from different scriptures. He has referred to different scriptures. The references are given here in this page. The references. Amrita Bindu Upanishad, the page number 759. Atharva Veda, Bhagavad Gita, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Brahma Samhita, Brahma Sutra, Brihad Aranyakya Upanishad, Brihad Vishnu Smriti, Brihad Nardiya Purana, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chandogya Upanishad, Garga Upanishad, Gita Mahatmya, Gopala Tapani Upanishad, Hari Bhakti Vilas, Ishopanishad, Katha Upanishad, Kaustuki Upanishad, Kurma Purana, Madhya Dinayana Shruti, Mahabharat, Mahapanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Moksha Dharma, Mundak Upanishad, Narada Pancharatra, Narayana Upanishad, Narayaniya, Nirukti Dictionary, Narsimha Purana, Padma Purana, Parashara Smriti, Prashna Upanishad, Purusha Bodhini Upanishad, Rigveda, Satvata Tantra, Srimad Bhagavatam, Stotra Ratna, Subala Upanishad. Stotra Ratna are the verses given by Yamunacharya, the teacher of or the spiritual preceptor of Ramanujacharya. Stotra Ratna, Subala Upanishad, Shvetashvara Upanishad, Tretaya Upanishad, Upadeshamrita, Varaha Purana, Vedanta Sutra, Vishnu Purana, Yoga Sutra. That is why Srila Prabhupada's purports are enough to take a person back home, back to God. Because so many references, it's an authentic scripture. You see, worldwide, if you ask for Bhagavad Gita, even our Prime Minister Modi ji has gifted Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita to everybody. So many have written Bhagavad Gita, scholars, Gyanis, yogis, bhaktas. Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is considered to be the standard Vedic authoritative scripture because the purports are not by his own mind. No mental speculation. There has been given, so many references have been taken. Sa evayam maya tedya yoga proktah puratanah bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam chedaduktamam. Sa evayam maya tedyam yoga proktah puratanah. भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ह्येतदुत्तमं स एवायं मया तेद्यं योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ह्येतदुत्तमम् उत्तमम्. When you say uttamam, this refers to transcendental. Uttaha. Uttamam means one which is beyond three modes of material nature. This knowledge. This is rahasyam. It's an open book. What is rahasyam in that? Rahasyam means which is secret. But everything is so open that you can just remove and read. What is rahasya in that? There's a nice story behind this. There's a sage. A person goes to that sage and asks, "Oh sage, I want a mantra which is very, very secret." So take Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. He was very happy. Oh God, I got a secret mantra. Then a little far he goes. On the way back, he sees a cycle wala is also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Say, what is this? My guru has fooled me, that means. Then he goes little far. Then he sees one dhobi wala is also chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. A little far he goes, there he sees one girl making cow dung cakes. She is also chanting. Now he is like completely fused out. He comes to the teacher and says, "You have fooled me. I asked for a mantra which is the topmost secret. But this mantra is chanted by all the people." The teacher thought there is no use of arguing. Better is I'll teach him to do another way. So he gave him a touchstone, parasmani, touchstone. He told, "Go and show to all these three." He took the touchstone, showed to the cycle wala. Cycle wala told, "Oh, such a nice touchstone. My legs have so many cracks. I can use this stone to remove the cracks." That's it. Such a valuable stone. You're using it for removing the cracks. You don't know the value. Then he goes to the cycle wala. Now, cycle wala ho gaya. Then who? Dhobi wala. Dhobi wala says, "Oh, I can use this as a brush." You also don't know the value. Then he goes to that gobar wali. That gobar wali said, "Oh, it is a nice thing. I can use it as a mold." Then he comes to the teacher and says, "Actually, all these three, they don't know the value of this touchstone." He says, "See, touchstone is open, but that value you could understand because I have taught you." In the same way, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is open to everyone. Bhagavad Gita is open to everyone. But the secret behind it has to be learned through Guru Shishya Parampara. Then he came to understand. So this, though it is an open book, but it is a rahasya. And how is this rahasya? It is a transcendental rahasya. And I'm giving this because you are bhakta. So what is the qualification to receive? One should be a devotee of Krishna. And you are also my sakha also. So not only you are my bhakta, but you are my sakha also. That is why sa evadyam maya tedya yogdah proktah puratana. This oldest knowledge, puratana, the science of yoga. I am speaking this oldest knowledge to you. Saha eva ayam maya. I have given this knowledge. By me, I have given this knowledge. Krishna says. And this is the oldest knowledge. Now I am giving this knowledge. I am speaking this to you because you are my friend and you are my devotee. And this is the topmost secret and it is completely transcendental. Okay, Anamika, read. Anamika.
Savyamayatedyaya yoga
Sa evayam maya tedya. Every word, slowly.
sa evyamayate
Evyam is there a word. Evayam.
sevayam
Huh?
maya
Why, 1 minute. Sa evayam.
sa
Sa ev
evayam
maya tedya.
mayatedya
Yoga proktah
yoga prokta
puratanaha
puratanaha
bhaktosi me
bhaktosi me
Sakha cheti
Sakha cheti
rahasyam
rahasyam
yetaduttamam
et uttamam
yetad
etat
yetad uttamam
etat
tamam
uttamam
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 hmm? Uttaparu
uttamam
ah
uttamam
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 utta
ut-
utta
utta-
uttamam
uttamam
Hmm. Uttappa. There was a ta like this ta you have to put.
utta-
And when you say uttappa, uttappa, uttamam.
uttamam.
Read.
That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Purport: there are two classes of men, namely the devotee and the demon. The Lord selected Arjuna as the recipient of the great science owing to his being a devotee of the Lord, but for the demon, it's not possible to understand this great mysterious science. There are a number of editions of this great book of knowledge. Some of them have commentaries by the devotee, and some of them have a commentaries by the demons. Commentation by the devotee is real, where that of the
Steve.
demon is useless. Arjun accepts Sri Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead, and any commentary on the Gita following in the footsteps of Arjuna is real devotional services to the cause of the great science. The demonic, however, do not accept Lord Krishna as he is. Instead, they concoct something about Krishna and the mislead general readers from the part of the Krishna's instruction. Here is a warning about such misleading path. One should try to follow the disciplic succession from the Arjun and thus be benefited by this great science of Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Where you have read. Oh. One should try to follow the disciplic succession from Arjuna and thus be benefited by this great science of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna Uvacha Aparam Bhavato Janma Param Janma Vivasvataha Kathametad Vijaniyam Pamadau Proktavaniti Arjuna Uvacha. Two times read along with me. Aparam Bhavato Janma Aparam Bhavato Janma Param Janma Vivasvataha Param Janma Vivasvataha Katham Vijaniyam Katham Etad Vijaniyam Pramadau Proktavaniti Pramadau Proktavaniti. Now there is a way to inquire. One is doubt in the subject. That is recommended. Doubt in the speaker itself. That is not recommended. You can have doubt in the subject, but not doubt on the speaker. Or whether this speaker is proper or not, whether this speaker can solve my doubt or not. If you have doubt in the subject, that is asked. Doubt in the subject is there. Now, Arjuna is not doubting Krishna. He is doubting the subject. So that is how he is inquiring. Just see, aparam bhavato janma. Aparam means I came afterwards. I am junior, aparama. I am born afterwards. Aparam bhavato janma. Even your birth is after that. Your birth is after Vivaswan's birth. How is it that Katham etad vijaniyam? How to understand? How am I going to understand that you gave this knowledge? Adahu proktavan. You are born after Vivaswan because practically they are cousin brothers. The same yuga, Dwapar yuga, both are there. Then Vivaswan, his birth is much before your birth. So how am I going to understand that you have instructed this knowledge to Vivaswan? So he is not doubting Krishna. He is doubting on the talks of Krishna. That is, in that way only you can clear the doubts. So he says, I am not able to understand. See how the doubts have been presented. Hmm? Huh? Aparam bhavato janma. Yes, you are born after Vivaswan. Krishna को doubt नहीं किया. How am I going to understand that you have instructed this knowledge before? So I want to understand. He didn't say, oh, you are talking lies. No. You are born after Vivaswan. How am I going to understand? That way he has asked. There's a way of asking. No, you're pakka talking lies. He did not speak like that. Okay. Goloka read.
Hare Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha Aparam Bhavato Janma Param Janma Vivasvataha Kathamitad Vijaniyam Tvamadau Proktavaniti. Translation: Arjuna said, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? Purport: Arjun is an accepted devotee of the Lord, so how could he not believe Krishna's words? The fact is that Arjun is not inquiring for himself, but for those who do not believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or for the demons who do not like the idea that Krishna should be accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them, only Arjuna inquires on this point, as if he were himself not aware of the personality of Godhead or Krishna, as it will be evident from the 10th chapter. Arjuna knew perfectly well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the fountainhead of everything, and the last word in transcendence. Of course, Krishna also appeared as the son of Devaki on this earth. How Krishna remained the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, the eternal original person, is very difficult for an ordinary man to understand. Therefore, to clarify this point, Arjuna put this question before Krishna so that he himself could speak authoritatively. That Krishna is the supreme authority is accepted by the whole world, and not only at present, but from time immemorial. And the demons alone reject him. Anyway, since Krishna is the authority accepted by all, Arjun put this question before him in order that Krishna would describe himself without being depicted by the demons, who always try to distort him in a way ununderstandable to the demons and their followers. It is necessary that everyone, for his own interest, know the signs of Krishna. Therefore, when Krishna himself speaks about himself, it is auspicious for all the worlds. To the demons, such explanations by Krishna himself may appear to be strange, because the demons always study Krishna from their own standpoint. But those who are devotees heartily welcome the statements of Krishna when they are spoken by Krishna himself. The devotees will always worship such authoritative statements of Lord Krishna because they are always eager to know more and more about him. The atheists who consider Krishna an ordinary man may in this way come to know that Krishna is superhuman, that he is Satchitananda Vigraha, the eternal form of bliss and knowledge, that he is transcendental, and that he is above the domination of the three modes of material nature and above the influence of time and space. A devotee of Krishna like Arjuna is undoubtedly above any misunderstanding of the transcendental position of Krishna. Arjuna's putting this question before the Lord is simply an attempt by the devotee to defy the atheistic attitude of persons who consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being subject to the modes of material nature.
Okay. Arjuna is putting this question before the Lord is simply an attempt by the devotee to defy the atheistic attitude of persons who consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being, subject to the modes of material nature. So, atheistic people, they consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being. But devotees, they know that Krishna's statements are authoritative statements. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Now Krishna is saying, what is the question asked? How am I going to understand that you gave this knowledge much before to Vivaswan? The answer is Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjana tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Bahuni me vyatitani bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani tanyaham veda sarvani natvam vetha parantapa natvam vetha parantapa. Bahuni me vyatitani, both of us have passed many births. Janmani vyatitani, vyatitani vyatit kar liye hain. We have passed many births, O Arjuna. Tanyaham veda sarvani. Aham veda sarvani. I know everything. I know all past, present, future. Natvam vetha parantapa. But you are not remembering. That means when I spoke this knowledge to Vivaswan, you were also present. Krishna and Arjuna are always present together. They're eternal friends. So I remember this, but you forgot. So here we can understand the difference between Jiva and God. Lord is omniscient. He knows everything. Omnipresent, omniscient. He knows everything. A Jiva forgets. Jiva has a tendency to forget. At the most, he may remember his previous life. But before that, Krishna says, so many births we both have passed. I remember everything, but you have forgotten. So Krishna, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Madhyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So now in Brahma Samhita, the glories of Krishna has been given. Krishna says, I and you have passed many births. Krishna remembers everything. Krishna is Advaitam. He cannot be split even for a fraction of a second. He and his body is one. Jivas have the tendency to forget because they go on changing their bodies. Achyutam, Krishna never falls from his position. Anadim, he is the source of everything. Anantarupam, multifarious forms. Adyam, he is the beginning. Purana, he is the oldest. Purusham, he is the only Purushaha, he is the only enjoyer. Navayauvanam, still he is always young. He is the oldest, but still he is young. Vedeshu Durlabham. To know him is very difficult. Durlabham. Adurlabham, but not difficult. For whom? Atma Bhakto. Devotees can know him. But if a person who is not having faith in Krishna can never know him. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. You are the Adi Purusha. Tamaham. Let me always worship you. Even in Brahma Samhita, another verse is given glorifying Krishna. Ramadimurti Shuni Kala Niyamena Tishchan Nana Avatara Makarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramapumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Ramadimurti Kala Niyamena Tishchan. So many avatars you have taken. Multifarious avatars. Rama, Narasimha, and then Kala avatars also. Nana avatara makarod bhuvaneshu kintu. So many avatars. Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Parama Pumalya. You are the fountainhead of all the incarnations. You are the original personality of Godhead. It's like one candle lighting many candles. Deepa chire vahi dashantaram abhyupetya. Deepayate vritehetu samanadhar. Yastadruge vahicha vishnutaya vibhati govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So Brahma glorifies that, oh Lord, you are the source of all the incarnations. That is why Krishna is not one of the incarnations. Dashavatar book, which is given by Amar Chitra Katha, where Krishna is said to be one of the incarnations, is completely wrong. Krishna is the source of incarnations. He is avatari. In place of Krishna, there comes Balaram. In 10 incarnations comes Balaram. He appears also. Avatar means appears. Utarna. So in this way, he also appears. Okay, read the words Mayur Prabhu and read from that paragraph in the Vedas. Read the verse Dirgha Rasva, take care and read. Bahuni me.
श्री भगवान उवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यं
Tanyaham.
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप. Meaning, the personality of Godhead said, many births both of you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot. O subduer of the enemy. Purport. In the Brahma Samhita, we have information of many incarnations of the Lord. It is stated here. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam Cha.
You read from there only, in the Vedas, from there you read.
I worship.
Where? Third paragraph. Read the third paragraph. In the Vedas.
The Vedas also, it is said that the Lord, although one without a second, manifests himself in innumerable forms, he is like the Vaidurya stone, which changes color, yet it still remains one. All those multi-forms are understood by the pure, unalloyed devotees, but not by the simple study of Vedas. Devotees like Arjuna are constant companions of the Lord, and whenever the Lord incarnates, the associate devotees also incarnate in order to serve the Lord in different capacities. Arjuna is one of these devotees, and in this verse it is understood that some millions of years ago, when Lord Krishna spoke of the Bhagavad Gita to the sun god Vivaswan, Arjuna in a different capacity was also present. But the difference between the Lord and Arjuna is that the Lord remembered the incident, whereas Arjuna could not remember. That is the difference between the part and parcel living entity and the Supreme Lord. Although Arjuna is addressed herein as the mighty hero who could subdue the enemies, he is unable to recall what had happened in his previous birth, various past births. Therefore, a living entity, however great, be maybe in the material estimation, can never equal the Supreme Lord. Anyone who is a constant companion of the Lord is certainly a liberated person, but he cannot be equal to the Lord. The Lord is described in the Brahma Samhita as infallible, Achyuta, which means that he never forgets himself, even though he is in material contact. Therefore, the Lord and the living entity can never be equal in all respects, even if the living entity is as liberated as Arjuna. Although Arjuna is a devotee of the Lord, he sometimes forgets the nature of the Lord. But by the divine grace, a devotee can at once understand the infallible condition of the Lord, whereas a non-devotee or demon cannot understand his transcendental nature. Consequently, these descriptions in the Gita cannot be understood by demonic brains. Krishna remembered acts which were performed by him millions of years before, but Arjuna could not, despite the fact that both Krishna and Arjuna are eternal in nature. We may also note herein that a living entity forgets everything due to his change of body, but the Lord remembers because he does not change. He is Satchidananda body. He is Advaita, which means there is no distinction between his body and himself. Everything in relation to him in his spirit, whereas the conditioned soul is different from his material body. And because the Lord's body and self are identical, his position is always different from that of the ordinary living entity. Even when he descends to the material platform, the demons cannot adjust themselves to this transcendental nature of the Lord, which the Lord himself explains in the following verse.
Okay, that will do Monday. Any doubt? Based on this, you can ask. No doubt.
Mataji, when Srila Prabhupada has referred to all these Veda books and then he has written this Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, the quotations.
Yes,
Yes, it's gone through. No? That is why the
that is why it is.
mentioned. Yes. It's not that there's a particular like Advaita. In some, it may be described, some of the Upanishad more elaborately, like that. And when it comes to how is Atma, then in Mundaka Upanishad, more elaboration is given. That way. Okay.
Mataji, when we say sun god, means it is the Surya Dev, we are same Surya Dev we are talking
See, it's a position. Sun god is a position. In every Manu, it changes. So now is Vivaswan is a sun god. It's a position. Like Ganapati is also a position. In every Kalpa, the position of the person changes. Brahma, not just one person.
Okay.
It's all the position. Okay. It is said in 100 birth, if a person has performed the best Varnashrama system, then he can be eligible to take the position of Brahma. Now in this millennium, there is no proper candidate for Ganapati. So that is why Vishnu, in the Vishnu Loka, that Vaikunthavasi has come as Ganesha. That is why you have this millennium Ganesha, Chaturbhuja Ganesha. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya chapattanam pavanabhyo Vishnu Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.